When you think hyena, what pops into your head? Is it the cackling, hunchbacked villain from The Lion King? Maybe a skulking scavenger, hanging back in the shadows while the noble predators eat their fill. You're probably picturing a creature with bone-crushing jaws. A ruthless hunter that roams the savanna in powerful clans. That image pretty much dominates our idea of this animal. But what if I told you that one member of the hyena family is actually a shy, solitary creature, whose diet is almost entirely meat-free? An animal with jaws so weak it couldn't crush the bones of a mouse, let alone a wild beast. What if I told you there's a hyena that spends its nights delicately lapping up insects, instead of tearing into flesh? In fact, it eats up to 300,000 of them every single night. Today, we're not just tweaking a few facts, we're going to tear down the entire hyena stereotype. Because the truth is way more complex, surprising, and frankly, more fascinating than the myths. You don't really know hyenas until you meet all 4 members of this incredible family. Especially its most baffling member, the termite eater. The story of the hyena family, Hyenidae, is a wild ride of evolutionary divergence. Despite looking like dogs, they aren't canines at all. They belong to the cat-like branch of carnivores, meaning they're more closely related to cats, mongooses, and civets. This ancient family tree got its start in the forests of Eurasia, some 22 to 25 million years ago. It was once incredibly diverse, with dozens of species, not just a handful. Roaming across Africa, Asia, Europe, and even North America. The earliest hyenas were small, civet-like animals. A far cry from the powerhouses we know today. Over millions of years, the family split. One branch evolved into the robust, bone-crushing hyenas, developing the powerful skulls that would make them top-tier scavengers and hunters. The other branch became the lighter-built, dog-like hyenas. For a while, both groups did well. But then the climate changed, and true canids arrived from North America, creating competition. That, along with shifting habitats, spelled doom for most of the dog-like hyenas. Today, just 4 species from this once sprawling dynasty survive. And they could not be more different. On one end, you have the famous spotted hyena, a social apex predator. In the middle, there are the lesser-known striped and brown hyenas, who are more solitary and scavenger-focused. And then you have the total outlier, a ghost from that ancient dog-like lineage. An animal so specialized it breaks every rule we thought we knew about hyenas. The biggest misconception is that hyenas are just lazy, cowardly scavengers. This idea is baked into our culture, from ancient folklore to modern movies. We see them squabbling over leftovers. Their eerie calls signaling theft and opportunism. But that's a gross oversimplification. As pioneering zoologist Hans Kruk discovered back in the 1960s, the narrative is often completely backward. It's frequently the lions who scavenge from hyena kills, not the other way around. To truly get this family, we have to meet each member. We'll start with the celebrity, the one that built the fearsome reputation. Then we'll meet its more reclusive cousins. And finally, we'll uncover the family's best-kept secret. So let's kick things off with the titan of the clan, the bone crusher, the matriarch of the savanna. The spotted hyena, Crocuta crocuta, is the largest and most famous of the family.
Weighing up to 190 pounds, with females being significantly larger and more dominant than males.
This is the hyena that commands respect on the African plains. Their reputation is built on one of the most powerful bites in the animal kingdom. Capable of pulverizing massive bones into splinters. But their greatest weapon isn't just brute force.
It's a mix of sharp intelligence, complex social lives, and mind-boggling endurance.
For decades, we wrote them off as mere scavengers. The reality? They're incredibly successful hunters. Depending on the region, studies show spotted hyenas hunt and kill anywhere from 50% to as much as 95% of their own food.
In ecosystems like the Ngorongoro crater, they are the main apex predator.
This misconception probably started because hyenas often hunt at night and drew the wrong conclusion. So what makes them such good hunters? First, their design is all about efficiency. That sloping back comes from having longer front legs,
which gives them a loping, energy-saving gait, perfect for covering huge distances.
Their hearts are massive for their body size.
Fueling a stamina that can outlast even the speediest prey. They aren't sprinters like cheetahs. They're marathon runners that can maintain moderate speeds for miles.
Relentlessly pursuing their target until it collapses from exhaustion.
But their real genius is their social structure. Spotted hyenas live in large, complex groups called clans, which can have over 100 members.
And at the top of this complicated world sits a queen.
Spotted hyena society is a strict matriarchy.
Females run everything.
A rigid hierarchy places all females and their cubs above all males.
A female inherits her mother's rank.
So the daughter of a powerful matriarch is born into royalty, outranking even the biggest adult males.
This female dominance is physical too. Female spotted hyenas are larger, more muscular, and more aggressive than males.
This probably evolved out of necessity.
A dominant female had to be strong enough to secure food for herself and her cubs.
This led to one of the most bizarre traits in the mammal world, the female's pseudo-penis.
And even gives birth through it.
It's a striking and dangerous symbol of the female's absolute control.
Their intelligence is another key to their success.
Each hyena has a unique whoop, identifying them from miles away.
The spotted hyena isn't the cackling fool of the savanna.
It's a highly intelligent, socially sophisticated apex predator ruled by powerful females. But even this incredible animal is just one part of the hyena story. If the spotted hyena is a clan warrior, the striped hyena, hyena, is a solitary phantom of the night.
Smaller, slighter, and much more elusive. It's probably the least studied of the 4 species.
It ekes out a living in the semi-deserts and rocky scrublands across North and East Africa,
the Middle East, and all the way to India.
Visually, the striped hyena stands apart. Its pale grey or yellowish coat is covered in dark, vertical stripes,
perfect camouflage for the dry grasses of its home.
Its most striking feature is a long mane of hair running down its spine,
which it can puff up to look bigger and more intimidating when threatened. Its build is far less bulky than a spotted hyena's.
But don't be fooled, it still has powerful jaws. They'll hunt small animals if they get the chance, eat insects,
and have a surprising sweet tooth for fruit. In some places, they're known for raiding crops. With a special love for melons and dates. This flexible diet is the secret to their survival across such a vast and often harsh range. Unlike the loud, social spotted hyena, striped hyenas were long thought to be complete loners. While they do forage by themselves, using their sharp sense of smell to find food, recent research shows they can form small family groups. They are almost entirely nocturnal.
Which is a big reason they remain so mysterious and misunderstood. Their relationship with humans is ancient and complicated, filled with folklore and superstition.
This has often led to them being persecuted. But their role is critical.
By consuming carcasses, they help stop the spread of disease and keep their environment clean.
A vital, thankless job.
The striped hyena shows a different way to be a hyena. A subtle, adaptable, and solitary strategy for survival.
Heading south, to the arid Kalahari and the desolate coasts of Namibia, we find the third hyena, the brown hyena, Parahyena brunea.
Even more reclusive than the striped hyena, the brown hyena is the rarest of the 4 species.
Known in Afrikaans as the strandwolf or beach wolf.
This hyena has adapted to scavenging in some of the toughest landscapes on the planet.
Its look is as rugged as its environment.
The brown hyena is covered in a long, shaggy, dark brown coat, with a creamy mane of fur around its neck. Like its striped cousin, it can raise this mane
to appear larger during a standoff.
It's the second largest hyena species.
And while its jaws may be slightly less powerful than a spotted hyena's,
they are still very much in the bone-crushing category.
The brown hyena is almost exclusively a scavenger,
with hunting making up a tiny fraction of its diet. They are masters of finding food where there seems to be none. In inland areas like the Kalahari, they live off the kills of predators like lions and leopards.
but it's on the coast where their most unique behavior comes out.
Here, the beach wolf patrols the shores. Scavenging whatever washes up. Their main food source is the carcasses of Cape fur seals.
Like other hyenas, they're opportunistic.
They'll eat birds' eggs. Insects. And fruits like the tsama melon, which is a crucial source of water in the desert. This allows them to survive far from permanent water sources. Their social life is yet another unique model. They live in clans, but they are solitary foragers and communal dwellers. Brown hyenas search for food alone.
Which makes sense for finding scattered carcasses.
But they share a communal den, where the clan raises its cubs together. A forager who finds a big meal will often carry pieces back to the den. To share with the cubs and other clan members, a cooperative behavior that sets them apart from the more individualistic spotted hyenas. The brown hyena is a testament to resilience, thriving in a world of scarcity. It's a specialist scavenger with a generalist's taste. Combining solo efficiency with communal security. But we've saved the most radical hyena for last. And now we meet the animal that turns the hyena family tree completely upside down. The one that breaks all the rules. Meet Protellus cristata, the Aardwolf.
The name is a bit of a red herring.
In Afrikaans, Aardwolf means earth wolf, a nod to its habit of living in burrows. But it's not a wolf. It's a true hyena, the fourth and final living species. More than that, it's the sole survivor of the ancient dog-like hyena lineage that mostly died out millions of years ago. While its cousins were evolving into bone-crushing powerhouses, the Aardwolf took a hard left turn. At first glance, it looks like a miniature striped hyena.
It's the smallest of the family, weighing only about 15 to 30 pounds.
It has a slender face, it has large pointed ears. And a striped coat. And yes, it has a mane it can raise when it feels threatened. But look inside its mouth, and the game changes. Where its cousins have massive molars for crushing bone, the Aardwolf's cheek teeth are just tiny, peg-like stubs. Its jaws are weak. It can't chew meat. So what on earth does it eat? Termites. but not just any termites. The aardwolf is a highly specialized insectivore with a diet that is almost entirely made up of one particular group, harvester termites. These termites are unique because they feed on grass in large columns on the surface at night. The aardwolf has evolved perfectly to exploit this. It doesn't dig into mounds. Instead, it wanders its territory. Using its huge, sensitive ears to listen for the faint sound of thousands of tiny termites clipping grass. Once it finds a column, it uses its secret weapon, the long, broad, sticky tongue. It simply laps the termites off the ground like an insect collecting mop.
An aardwolf can slurp up an estimated 250,000 to 300,000 termites.
It's in a single night. This diet defines its entire existence. Its life is tied to where these termites live. Why these specific termites? The soldiers of this termite group defend themselves not by biting, but by spraying a nasty chemical. Most predators can't stand it. But it's thought that the aardwolf's ancestors were pre-adapted to handle these toxins, giving them exclusive access to a massive food source with almost no competition. Its behavior is just as unique. Aardwolves are typically monogamous. A male and female pair up, defend a territory, and raise their cubs together in a den. The male is a dedicated dad. Often spending hours guarding the den from predators like jackals while the female is out feeding. Without strong jaws, the aardwolf relies on bluffing, raising its mane to look bigger. And as a last resort, it can spray a foul-smelling liquid from its anal glands. The aardwolf is the ultimate specialist. A hyena that gave up the family business of bone crushing to become a delicate insect eater. It proves that the name hyena represents a whole spectrum of evolutionary genius. This gentle, termite-eating creature is as much a hyena as the mighty spotted hyena. And its existence forces us to redefine what that name really means. From the apex predator to the termite specialist, the 4 living hyenas tell an incredible story of diversity. We started with the classic image, the spotted hyena,
a powerful hunter ruling the savanna.
We moved into the shadows with the striped hyena. A resourceful omnivore cleaning up landscapes. We explored the rugged coasts with the brown hyena. A rare scavenger with a surprisingly cooperative family life. And finally, we met the Aardwolf, the ultimate plot twist.
The tiny insectivore whose diet consists of up to 300,000 termites a night.
The hyena isn't just one thing.
It's not just a scavenger, and it's not just a hunter. It's a complex, misunderstood family of survivors. And where each species has mastered its own way of life. They are proof of evolution's power to find success in the most unexpected ways, whether through brute force, in clever flexibility, or extreme specialization.
The next time you hear that whooping call,
or see that sloping back on screen, remember the whole story.
remember the matriarch, the ghost. The beachcomber. And above all, remember the Aardwolf.
The hyena that said no to the hunt and built its world on termites.
So, which of these 4 hyenas surprised you the most? Was it learning the truth about the spotted hyena's hunting skills?
Or was it the termite-eating Aardwolf? Let us know in the comments.